I think this has come up from when we had to implement that with Steam because it was a bit of a tricky situation with the ads on Steam. And I think the reason that we haven't done it just yet or haven't entertained the idea of doing it is because people didn't didn't really like it when we implemented it. But I mean, it's fair to say that there was no option, so maybe the option to be able to do that might be in like an interesting thing for players. But it hasn't been something that's like top of our list because I think we had that initial feedback like, oh, this is horrible. I have to pay for gems to make trades and things like that. So I think there's like a little bit of a balancing act in there, but I'm sure it can be something that we can add to the radar in terms of things to look into, in terms of optional gem
Mm.
costs. So we'll definitely keep that on our list to take into some of the very important meetings that we attend to talk about queue things. So thank you for that question. Um, do. Any thoughts on releasing more power play packs for limited and non-limited collections? The last set was pretty hype. That, to be fair, that last set was kind of hype. I can't remember when that was or what
Are
collection
we?
it was.
Power plays those were like superstructures birds.
Ah,
Is
yes.
that it?
Yeah,
Is that what?
structures, Ice Age, painters.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah,
those were so cool, but
they were cool.
the problem with that pack was it really because it was meant to help people with building decks, but then the, essentially players just found out birds was. I was up so late balancing those decks, and
Same.
it kept bugging, and I was like up like crying on a Friday, like oh my goodness. Um, but yeah, but birds I think just edged the other one slightly out, and then everyone started using birds, and then birds immediately was a problem. So it was actually harder than we thought to make six decks at the same level because
Mm,
it's really hard to because they were similar. Lots of them were very similar power. One of them was slightly better. So then birds were everywhere. We had so many complaints about birds that's why we had to remove it because
mm.
flapping too hard.
No, but they were good, and it's been really nice to see like a little bit of a resurface of some of those decks in the deck jam. Like I was literally seeing like someone was like superstructures. I was like, oh my god, I'd played this for so long. Like I kind of go into like those streams that we used to do, and people would be like, what the hell are you playing? And I think it was like. Like the worst superstructures deck ever, and I was just like, I love it because I just got some power play backs. Um, but yeah, that's something that we can well, we know people enjoyed it, but yeah, it does come with like because essentially with those cards you're kind of making all the new players, you kind of give them a meta deck like a time where they're kind of learning about the game. So it was definitely a lot of fun, but also came with a few like problems as well. I just kind of quickly go through. Do 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 do. Are there any plans to add more card mechanics in the future? I think this kind of takes us back to our current sort of like biting off, no, not biting off more than
Mm.
we can chew with these things. In terms of, we have the roadmaps, we have things that we really want to implement. I think one thing that kind of, I think I'm okay in saying this, and I think Paul would be someone that would want to say this because obviously we are working on and the studio is working on another title at the moment. And the good thing about when you do development work on the title on another title is that usually we can like retroactively kind of like add systems that work well between the games. Like it happened when we had Eerie Worlds because the Grimoire there became Adventures. And there are some cool stuff. There is some cool stuff going into the Wild Cards game they're developing at the moment. And I think one of the exciting things that we have in our Q meeting is that like well, at the moment we're like discussing currently like, oh, it would be really cool if we could take this thing from here and bring it to Q and see if it would work.
Mm.
So I think where I'll leave that question for now is there aren't currently any specific Q mechanics that are being worked on, but there is development working in other spaces that we could bring back to Cube, and that could be card mechanics. It could be anything. It could be like
Mm.
I think one of the things was like how shinies look and work or feel was discussed. So there's definitely like an interest to kind of bring things that work within wildcards back over to Q. So that was just like an exciting thing I wanted to mention in this AMA, because I know it's something that we're definitely kind of like looking forward to as that project progresses. But yeah, I hope that kind of answers that question at least a little bit.
I think it will, Joe.
Keep running out of air. I was just rambling and rambling. Okay, I'm gonna try and go through these ones.
I do actually think that's a cool suggestion from Carb there, where it says if you could, it would be cool if you collected a large amount of card that you could unlock it as an avatar. I also think that's cool.
Let's write that down.
but I'm not gonna sign anyone up for that work. But I think that's cool.
That is very cool. Okay, so we're into the last 5 minutes or so. I'm gonna I had a little list here, but I'm gonna go over to cue the music. Maybe we can do some quick fire round. I don't know why I just signed myself up for some quick fire questions at this point, but let's see what comes through. But before we kind of start like wrapping up, I just want to say a massive thank you to everyone that came along. It was really cool, actually. I don't think there's the number on the amount of people in a channel anywhere. I don't know how to look at that. But if anyone
God,
can,
there's loads.
there are. I was just up here. And I was like, hey, there's like 6 people here. Nice. And then you
I
scroll
should have
down.
been more nervous.
Yeah, no. 46. Oh, awesome.
Wow.
So yeah, of course you can get a shout out. It's lovely to see you. But yeah, we will be doing another AMA next month. The way we're going to run it, just to kind of give us a little bit more structure, is we're going to be putting out some Google Forms asking for questions. So if you do want your questions answered, please put that in there in the Google Forms that go out, because we're going to go through those first. When is the next deck jam? Wait, where's this roadmap? Let me get the roadmap up, because I can't remember if I put the Dev AMA as the 16th, or is it the next deck jam we're gonna... It's the deck jam. Next deck jam will be on February the 16th. Not the AMA. I got that wrong.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's been really fun. I love the deck jams. There's almost like, because I try and, once we set them off, I try and like carve out like 3 hours to go through and like look through all of them. Just because it's like my favorite time in the month for Q, because there's just like so many people put so much into those decks. Like,
yeah,
it's just
and it's fun seeing like themed decks as well.
Yeah.
Some people are so creative. Like and that's what I like about Q, is that you can actually make like a little story with your decks as well. And it's just so nice.
It was a good time. So yeah, the next deck jam will be on the 16th of Feb, and we'll be announcing the winners of the current one. I think hopefully tomorrow. Tomorrow will be when we're going to announce those. I'm so excited for the content creator sport. I'm excited too. I think there's going to be some really, really cool things. I think the thing that I tend to do sometimes is like be like, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll make this. But I think there's going to be some like more consistent support for creators, which we're really excited about. Basically, kind of just giving you a bit more. Is autonomy the word? Is that an appropriate word for what I just said? I don't know. My brain's running on.
I'm so sorry, Joe. I'm trying to type at the same time. So
And I wasn't listening, Joe. What did you say?
You could be saying
Is anyone
anything.
listening?
I think I was using you for sort of soporific purposes and just having a snooze at my desk. So yeah, sorry. Don't know what you said.
Never mind. But yeah, I'm very excited for the content creator program too. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm also excited for there's going to be a content creator role. I think there is one, but we're going to give it a bit of a glow up and a new channel for you guys to post your content in. So that should be fun.
Interrupt just really quickly, Jay.
Mhm.
Just before I head off, so as I mentioned earlier, I tend to write down what people want buffed and what cards people want, and these are the only notes that I've got. So let me know if I didn't write yours down. I've written Moon in Motion, Little Critters, Fox's Deep Ocean, Madagascar, Day Gecko, and Cyan and Quoz. Sorry. So if if I haven't written that down within the next 3 minutes is the time to post it.
Get them in, guys. A lot of people missed the event. Could you post some kind of summary of which questions were answered? Yes, I can. I have no record. It'll just be by memory at this point. So I don't know what I'm going to end up writing, but I'm sure we can do a little bit. I should have. Should we record this? I don't know. I wouldn't dare like listen,
Well-
listen to it back.
I did make note. I think if we ask ourselves again, well, we know the answer. We'll just answer them again.
Yeah, we do know the answer. Yeah, we're not making it up or anything, was I? No, all good. Very nice. We should record these. Yeah, no, it's a good point for those that miss it, because I think one of the hard things about getting an AMA scheduled is like people have work, people with different time zones and things like that. So it'd be nice to kind of, we'll probably try and change the timings, but also have it somewhere where everyone can have a little look. But yes, so we are a hard stop at 6 p.m. today. But like I said, we plan to do these a lot more consistently. So we'll have one probably towards the end of February where we'll be maybe that time we might, I can't remember. We might
Story that goes along with the adventure too. You know, like where you click on the eye and then it gives you a tip.
I can't wait.
It's just a cute little pirate story. Maybe it seems a bit silly, but
I can't wait to do some of the collecting in there as well. There's some really cool. I love the themes that you put together there. So people got a lot to look forward to.
thank you very much. Well, I hope so. I hope people like it. And if you do have feedback on the collection, on like we genuinely have really tried with this adventure, but it's so hard to say if you've got something right before it goes out. It's just I'd say it's actually impossible. But if we have missed the mark, then yes, that's something that we are super open to feedback on, and any feedback will shape the next adventure. So hopefully they'll just keep getting better and better.
Too
Fingers
right.
crossed.
Okay, guys. Well, make sure that you look out for the next one that's been scheduled in. So we're going to have another developer AMA in February. And remember, if you want your questions to be sort of prioritized, we'll be sending out Google Forms. So just make sure you got your pings on in the Discord, and to put your questions there. But unless anyone's got any other bits to,
I'm back. Did I miss anything?
Mr. Will.
Be the whole thing, honestly.
Were there any questions that anyone just thought, "Oh, we'll throw Paul under the bus when he comes back"?
I think
I don't
we
think we did.
to tackle all of them.
You're all legends. Thank you so much.
I don't know if we we might have overpromised on a couple things, but I'm sure that's okay.
That's all I would have done anyway, and you know that, Joe. So.
David DB was trying to coordinate a little bit of a mutiny, but
as always.
Yes. But yeah, make sure you guys look out for the next date for one of these developer AMAs. Thank you so much for coming. Look out for the Google Forms where you can post your questions, and I guess we'll see you in Feb. Thanks
See
for
you
coming,
in Feb,
everybody.
everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, folks.
Bye.
Bye.